Hello everyone. This lesson video is on properties of exponents. Okay, so that second video on that. We are going to go over the properties of exponents worksheet from this week. So if you have that, take that out and let's go problem by problem. If you haven't done the worksheet, most of you have, you've done a great job. You uploaded it to Teams. You're using the assignment tab, and those of you that are sending it through chat, that's fine for now. I guess I'd like to see you go through the assignment area and upload it to your work so that I can see it right there with the rest of them. I'm not going to be picky right now. Everybody's kind of got a learning curve on everything, but we're very impressed with the students' ability to change quickly on this. And but if you can upload your work, I'll give you full credit. So it is a practice sheet that we had this week. So let's get started. Let's get through this real quick. Properties of exponents, 6.2 practice. Okay, follow along. Some people still want to just show minimum work, and I know I don't want to like keep hitting you on this, but you got to continue to try to show as much work as you can. It is necessary. Please show your work, especially these types of worksheet things. Okay, on the screen you can see numbers 1 through 4. We'll pop through those. Then we will work through actually 1 through 6 here on this first screen. Then we will finish up today 7 through 9. Ooh, this one looks a little tough, but let's go at a pretty good pace here and finish up today quickly on this last video of the week. All right, so you got m to the third times m to the sixth. And with that in mind, you have the same base of m. So when you have the same base, you add the exponents. So it's m to the 3 plus 6, which is m to the 9th. Number 2, you're dividing now. T is the base, t to the 2nd, divided by t to the 4th, and that's going to equal t to the 2 minus 4, which is equal to 2 to the negative 2. And we want to take care of that negative exponent, and that is equal to 1 over t to the 2nd. T to the 2nd. So that would be your answer for number 2. So in both of these, now once you get cruising on this, I could see you skipping maybe this one, but you're going to want to be able to show your work like I did on this second one too. Okay, power to the power for number 3. 3 to the 3rd, that is also raised to the 2nd. So this is equal to 3 to the 3 times 2, which is equal to 3 to the 6th. Number 4, h to the 6 times h to the negative 8. Okay, same base of h. So in this case, again, just like with number 1, you're adding the exponents. H to the 6 plus a negative 8. And that becomes h to the negative 2. All right, so we're going to get rid of that negative exponent by 1 over h to the 2nd. And that is number 4. Okay, so remember, you have a negative exponent. You want to make sure you change it to a positive by we call it the reciprocal, but basically removing it to make it positive. Okay, so number 5 now, 4p, and that's in parentheses, raised to the 4th power. Okay, so just if you remember back, we covered this, you go inside and you go in deep here, you pull each piece out and you're going to raise it to the 4th power. Okay, so the 4 is raised to the 4th, the p is raised to the fourth. Okay, so you got 4 to the fourth. 4 times 4 is 16. 16 times 4 is 64. And what is 64 times 4? 64 times 4 is 16, 24, 256. So your answer there is 256 p to the fourth. 256 p to the fourth power. Number 6, y divided by 5 and all of it's raised to the third. Okay, so in this case, again, we have a division and the entire thing is raised to the third. So this is y to the third divided by y to the fifth. And that is y to the third divided by 125. Okay, exponents and properties of exponents. Number 7, 3 divided by a, all of it is raised to the negative 5 power. Okay, so again, we're going to take this 3 and raise it to the negative 5. Then we're going to take the a and raise it to the negative 5. Since these are negative, we take the reciprocals, so we pop those, we kind of basically switch positions. So I had this little upstairs, downstairs way of teaching this. But anyway, the numerator then pops down to the denominator, and the denominator pops up to the numerator, and the exponents change to positive. So that's a to the fifth divided by 3 to the fifth. So what is 3 to the fifth? 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 3 is 27. 27 times 3 is 81. 81 times 3 is 3. And 243. So that is equal to a to the fifth divided by 243. And lastly, on number 8, you have negative 2 times w raised to the negative 7 power. So again, we're going to take this negative 2 and raise it to the negative 7 power. Negative 2. And since that's in parentheses, we're going to grab that negative with it. So negative 2 to this negative 7. And then we're going to go w times w to the 7. Sorry about that. W to the negative 7. Okay, so that's 1 over negative 2 to the 7th. Times w to the 7th. Two to the 7th. 2 times 2 is 4. Two times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 times 2 is 16. 16 times 2 is 32. 32 times 2 is 64. 64 times 2 is 128. And it's going to be negative 128. W to the 7th. And that is number 8. Properties of exponents. Okay, and the last one, write an expression using only positive exponents for the width of the rectangle. Okay, so you're given the area here. And make sure everybody got the last one there. Okay, so last one today. you got the area here, and the area of a rectangle is going to be, the area will be length times width. So if we take the 24 x squared y to the third, that's the length. Then if we multiply it times the width, w, okay? And the area is 72x to the 7th. 72 x to the 7th, y to the 2nd. Okay, so that's what the area is of the rectangle. So 24x squared, y to the 3rd, I gotta write that down. 24x to the 2nd, y to the 3rd, times w times w. Okay, so the question is asking, write an expression using only positive exponents for the width. Okay, so the width is right here. Let me highlight it. So we're trying to find the width. Okay, so we're going to express the width. So what I need to do is I need to, this is multiplication, so we're looking for the inverse of multiplication, which is division on both sides. And if we divide by 24 x squared y to the 3rd on both sides, 24 x squared y to the 3rd on both sides, we have ourselves w. Okay, so we're going to cross this out with this. So all we have left now is my little w in yellow. Okay, and 72 divided by 24 happens to be 3. Okay, that's division. And if you have x to the 7 and x to the 2nd, that's x to the 5th. And y to the 2nd divided by y to the 3rd is y to the -1. Okay, because we're subtracting. 7 minus 2 is 5, 2 minus 3 is -1. Okay, we need to show it in positive exponents. So right here, this y to the -1, we're going to move that down to the denominator and call it good. 3x to the 5th divided by y. 3x to the 5th divided by y. Now where do I get that 3? 72 divided by 24 is 3. 72 divided by 24 is 3. Okay, hopefully you found this video to be helpful with your questions with regards to properties of exponents practice that we had this week. And I'd like you to keep sending me questions through the chat feature on Teams if you have any questions. I am not issuing another assignment this week. So if you hadn't uploaded the 2 worksheets from the week, make sure that you upload those to Teams so you get credit. And then we'll start with 6.3 radicals and rational exponents. We'll start that on Monday. And hopefully this was helpful. If I can be of any help, make sure you get a hold of me. Don't be afraid to send me a note. All right? Thanks and have a great night.